gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the colors by the UTEP ROTC Color Guard, the National Anthem, and the Invocation.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets struck there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Could we bow our heads? Heavenly Father, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to come before you, for watching over us and seeing us through to the end of this journey and onto a new journey, one in which we could please you, Father, and serve whom you would have us serve. I come before you on behalf of all my classmates and all of us who have chosen this profession, to pray for continual strength, wisdom, and guidance in all the decisions that we will have to make regarding life and death. I pray that our hearts remain compassionate when we are caring for others, and that others see us or see your great light and goodness in us. Help us to remain humble and know that it is you who gives the comforting and healing touch through our hands. Father, keep us diligent in remembering that in whatever we do, it is for your glory. In the end, may we hear those words from you, Father, that all should long to hear. Well done, good and faithful servant. Amen.
Now ask that the parents, the husbands, the wives, the partners, the family, and the friends of those graduating today to please stand up as we applaud you for the support that you have given to our graduates. Pleased that many of you will join your graduate on the stage so we can also acknowledge you in another way in front of all your other colleagues. As a registered nurse, your professional expertise is in high demand. And now with your BSN degree almost within your reach, your contributions to the healthcare team is going to take on a new dimension. Our country is celebrating National Nurses Week, and this year's theme is Nurses Building a Better America. Building a healthier America, I should say. I guess it's better in its way as well. And I want to congratulate all of you who will soon graduate, because you might not realize it, but you already are helping to build a healthy America. You are an essential part of our healthcare team. Given the substantial health disparities that exist in our community, and the need for your professional services in our society are immense. I do hope that you will remain in our region, so you will be able to give back to our local community, because our citizens need you. Currently, we have fewer registered nurses, physicians, dentists, and other healthcare workers than any other part of the state of Texas, with the exception of the lower Rio Grande Valley. El Paso, unfortunately, ranks as the 7th poorest county in the nation, with 26.4% of our population considered poor. We have nearly 40% of our citizens without health insurance. And in some of the colonias, the rate exceeds over 60%. However, as individuals, we can take action now by making the difference in the lives of others. And this is where you, as our graduates, come in place. In the 2000 movie called Pay It Forward by young Trevor McKinney, was troubled by his mother's alcoholism and the fears of his abusive but absent father, and he's caught up with the intriguing assignment from his new social studies teacher. The assignment is to think of something to change the world and put it into action. Trevor came up with the notion of paying a favor, not back, but forward. Repaying good deeds, not with payback, with a good deed done to 3 new people. Trevor's efforts to make good on his ideas brings a revolution, not only in the minds and lives of himself, his mother, and his physically and emotionally abused teacher, but in those ever-widening circle of people completely unknown to him. I'm still your dean, and as your dean, I'm asking that you pay it forward. And within the next 2 weeks, you do a good deed for at least 3 people. As you do this as registered nurses, think of the difference that you can make in the lives, particularly of those patients you will encounter along the way, when in a hospital room, in a clinic, or even standing in the grocery store line. Remember, pay it forward. For those of you who do not know, our School of Nursing was originally, or I should say in the last 2 years, under the auspices of the College of Health Sciences. We shared a banner that portrayed both health sciences and the School of Nursing, and today I'm proud to introduce to you our new banner that represents just the School of Nursing. The color historically associated with nursing in academic settings is apricot. And you may not be able to see it, but the seal, as you can see, has a symbol that represents the following. The Maltese cross represents exceptional service to humanity. The lamp of knowledge is a tribute to Florence Nightingale, the pioneer of modern nursing. The eternal flame represents a lifelong quest for knowledge. The laurel leaves represent honor. The words on the cross, corpus sangre, means healing the body. The burnt orange ring, which represents the School of Nursing, when we became a part of the UT, University of Texas system, UT system, in 1972. And the Columbia blue represents past and present shades of blue, designated as our official colors, and the star represents the state of Texas in minor orange. Ern Eastman will be the first nursing student to carry our school nursing banner during the commencement this Saturday. Ern, you will make history along with all of us. And I would like to also acknowledge our undergraduate student marshal, Brenda Brunetti, and also Ernest Dela Cruz. The university banner bearer, and who will be the student who will guide all those graduating this coming Saturday into commencement. So congratulations to all of you for this historic event, a memory you will carry with you, I hope, forever. For many of you, you may be the first in your family to achieve a bachelor's degree, and your decision to enroll in our program, and most importantly, have completed your degree, will change your life forever, both personally, professionally, and in financial ways. Today, we are all creating memories, and those memories will be everlasting. I invite you to be role models and to pay it forward. You may never know the impact your decision on seeking an education will have on future generations. You may not realize it, but your family and friends are very proud of you, just as everyone in the School of Nursing is. I'm sure that some of you feel some sort of relief now that you've accomplished such an amazing goal, but let me tell you that it does not stop here. I invite you to continue your education, to pursue your master's and doctoral degrees, and continuing educating yourself every day as our healthcare knowledge continues to evolve. So on behalf of all of the faculty and staff of the School of Nursing, congratulations to you, graduates, on obtaining your Bachelor of Science degree. And thank you all for being here today, of you, family and friends, to share with them this important day as the new graduates who go out and build a healthier America. As Tom Brokaw said, you are educated, your certificate is your degree. You may think of it as the ticket to the good life. Let me think of an alternative. Think of it as the ticket to the world. Once again, I commend you for all being here today. I wish you a great summer and much success and good health. Good evening, and I will see you Saturday evening on stage as you receive your diploma.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Omar Lopez, and I'm the Vice President of this graduating class of 2009. Today, I'll be talking about the history of the School of Nursing. The roots of the current School of Nursing trace back in 1892, when 4 nuns from Detroit arrived to El Paso to establish St. Mary's Hospital of the Sisters of Charity. Their mission was to serve the sick regardless of ethnicity or religious affiliation. Within 1 month, the patient population quickly outgrew the original 3-room hospital and was moved to a larger facility, which also proved inadequate. The sisters launched a vigorous fundraising campaign, and in 1894, Hotel Du Hospital opened its doors on the corner of Stanton and Rio Grande. The sisters understood the profound need for a nursing school to start the new hospital. In 1898, a nursing school was established next to the hospital and graduated its first class of 4 students 4 years later. Just as Hotel Du Hospital experienced tremendous growth, so did the nursing program. The school's final expansion brought it to its current location on the corner of Kansas and Campbell Streets in the 1960s. Hotel Du Hospital closed its doors in 1987, but the nursing program continued as the University of Texas School of Nursing from 1972 through 1976. At the time, the school was redesignated the University of Texas at El Paso College of Nursing. Since then, the University of Texas at El Paso School of Nursing has undergone additional name and administrative changes until its current status as the independent academic until it occurred in 2006. Continued growth in student population and academic programs has again spurred another move for the school. Groundbreaking for the new $50 million health science complex, which will house the School of Nursing, occurred this past November. The School of Nursing has come a long way since the initial graduating class of 4 students in 1902. And now, Lily Gutierrez is going to talk about the history of the pinning ceremony. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. This ceremony, the pinning ceremony, is the end point of the initial journey into professional nursing education. Held for each graduating class, it marks the bridge from nursing's past into nursing's future. As nurses have replaced the traditional white nursing uniform and cap with scrubs, the nursing pin holds firm as a tradition. The pin clearly distinguishes us as UTEP graduates. The pin bears the School of Nursing seal, which features an 8-point Maltese cross. The 8 points symbolize the 8 points of courage: loyalty, piety, frankness, bravery, glory and honor, contempt of death, helpfulness toward the poor and sick, and respect for the church. It symbolizes for exceptional service to humanity. Within the cross are the Latin words for healing the body. The lamp of knowledge rests at the foot of the cross, representing nursing's continuing quest for knowledge. It also serves as a tribute to Florence Nightingale. The eternal flame that burns from the lamp depicts nursing's lifelong quest for knowledge. Laurel leaves, a symbol of honor, are found encircling the lower portion of the seal. The seal was designed by nursing faculty member Ms. Pat Herbias in 2008. Attached to the pin is a pickaxe associated with UTEP and the graduating year of its wearer. The pin graphically depicts that the registered nurse wearing the pin is a member of an honorable profession dedicated to serving humanity. It also recognizes the importance of lifelong education in the pursuit of professional excellence. The pickaxe needs no explanation for anyone in the El Paso community. Thank you.
Dr. Karen Lyon is the Associate Dean for Operations at San Jose University School of Nursing in Oakland, California. Dr. Lyon received her Master's of Science in Nursing here at UTEP and a Master's of Business Administration, as well as a Doctor of Philosophy from New Mexico State University. Dr. Lyon was previously Assistant Dean for Graduate Education at UTEP, as well as Director of the BSN Fast Track Program. Her clinical expertise is in wound care, and she had an active practice in El Paso and Las Cruces as a clinical nurse specialist prior to moving to California. Dr. Lyon has been a volunteer with the American Heart Association for 15 years. She was the second woman and nurse to serve as president of the Texas affiliate in 2002 to 2003. She has served on the National Board of Directors as treasurer of the National Association of Clinical Nurse Specialists and on the National Advisory Board of the American Organization of Nurse Executives. She has multiple publications, the most recent of which presented her research into growth factors and hyperbaric medicine, which appeared in the November-December 2008 edition of Journal of Wound, Ostomy, and Continence Nursing. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Dr. Karen Lyon.
Thank you, Gia. I want to thank Dean Anders and Assistant Dean for Students, Pearl Pope, who I guess is down here, and Assistant Dean Pat Fowler and the class officers, particularly Sofia Gonzalez, for inviting me back to El Paso and allowing me to return to see my wonderful nursing colleagues, my nursing administrator colleagues, my family and friends who are making this a business as well as a personal trip. I also want to particularly point out and thank my friend and now nursing colleague, Dr. Irvin Feifel, who had a very distinguished career in academia in the El Paso Independent School District, decided to change his focus to nursing and is now, I'm told, probably going to take up prison nursing with the federal prison system, which of course belies the old adage that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I think he might also hold the record as the oldest living graduate of the BSN program at UTEP. I want to thank the family and friends for the support of all the BSN students that are graduating today, because we all know that the last 4 years, and particularly the last 2 years of the Upper Division Nursing Program, would not have been possible without your support, because we all know how rigorous the nursing curriculum is and how much support it takes from parents, spouses, children, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, and everybody. So I congratulate you for getting them all through these 4 years. When I got to California, one of the first people I had the privilege of meeting and working with was Dr. Maria O'Rourke. Dr. O'Rourke is a fellow of the American Academy of Nursing and has been working for 20 years on a professional role development model. And her model is a very interesting, and I'm going to take you back to your geometry. I know you're going to be excited about that, graduates. Of a Venn diagram, really, that incorporates 3 roles very specific to the profession of nursing. And those roles are your practitioner role, which of course we've prepared you for through all of the different tasks that we've taught you to do over the last 2 years, through teaching you how to do comprehensive assessments of patients so that you can recognize when they're going south and not be one of those nurses that we read about who fails to rescue their patients, and all of the other very important tasks that we teach you as part of the practice of nursing. The second part of her model is as a scientist role. And you've heard over the last 2 years a lot about looking at the evidence-based practice, looking at research, and making good scientific decisions about when and how to intervene with your patients. But my focus today is on the last part of the role, and that's the leadership role. That's the role that encompasses your abilities to make decisions, to make wise and good decisions about your patients. That's the role that incorporates your ability to transfer knowledge between yourselves, transfer knowledge between you and your physician colleagues, transfer knowledge between you and your patients and their family members, and to be a teacher, which for me, not just teaching formally, which is what I do as an academician, but teaching underlies the basic foundation of everything we do within nursing practice. So while we may not always be able to cure, and while curing is somewhat much more the purvey of our physician colleagues, we can always care. So I have about 34 years of stories, and I'm not going to bore you with all of those, but I do want to make these specific comments to the graduating class of 2009, because what I want you to take away from this role that is very important for you to make decisions based on all of the knowledge that you've gleaned over the last 4 years, not only from nursing and from psychology and pathophysiology and biology and microbiology and all of the liberal arts courses that you've taken, but I want to suggest that you've got to take that knowledge and temper it with the wisdom of the experience that you're going to gain over the next 35 to 40 years as you practice. And I'm going to suggest that sometimes you might want to fault what seems to be or challenge at least, what seems to be the conventional wisdom. So that when you're taking care of that 95-year-old elderly patient who's in the last stages of congestive heart failure, you might want to think about whether it's really essential that she has to beg for a salt shaker so her food tastes a little bit better. Is that really the best decision for her at that time? I've gone through 34 years and spent a lot of time in clinical practice, and I have to say that there have been many times when I've been able to hold a hand while a patient is dying or struggling through very difficult times. But sometimes I might have forgotten to chart my vital signs, or I might have forgotten to do something that was very task-based. I still think I might have come out ahead. I would say, and I would wish for you, 35 to 40 years with working with good physicians. And I will tell you that a good doctor is one who will say to you, I have no idea what's going on with this patient. Come help me figure it out. I've been blessed to work with many, many good doctors, and I was particularly blessed to marry one. And he's with me here tonight, my retired surgeon husband, Dr. Charles Lyon. We just celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary, so it's good to find good doctors that you can work with. I would tell you that nursing is the easiest and hardest thing that you'll ever do. It's easy to go into a patient's room and get them water, or to fluff their pillow, or to turn them so that they don't develop decubitus ulcers. But it's real hard to stand by their bed and to stay with them and hold their hand while they pass from this world to the next. The most difficult thing I've ever done is staying with patients when they're dying. I also know that I have to tell you, if you don't take care of yourself, then you won't be able to take care of anyone else. So do those things like being with your family, walking your dogs, exercising, eating, drinking good red wine, whatever it is to help you take care of yourself. We do a lot of things to patients. We poke them, we start IVs, we give them injections, we have to change their dressings, oftentimes very painful. We give them lots of medicines. And a lot of patients get well in spite of what we do for us. But even more get well because of the nursing care that they received. I will also tell you that I've been told that crying with your patients crosses professional boundaries. But I would challenge you that if you don't get emotionally involved with your patients, it might be time for you to think about another profession, and you're just getting started. I would also tell you, having worked in pediatrics and in the neonatal intensive care units, that sometimes it's good to push boundaries, and it's good to challenge things, and it's even better sometimes to beg forgiveness than to ask permission, especially if you're taking a St. Bernard down the hall to the ICU to see a dying child that is dying from leukemia. I would also tell you that no one promises you tomorrow, so live today like there won't be a tomorrow. I want to finish by asking the original author of this poem, Clement Clark Moore, for poetic license, wherever you are, Mr. Moore. And for Nurse Dee Gall, who also took poetic license with this poem. And I've taken even more and tried to make it specific to you as you graduate here from UTEP. 'Twas the night before graduation when all through the wing, not a student was stirring, the phone didn't ring. The faculty was exhausted, all snug in their beds, with visions of passing CCNE accreditation dancing in their heads. The grant applications had been posted with care in hopes that soft money soon would be there. Pat Fowler was seated alone at her desk. Bill Farnsworth and Barbara Colton were busily grading final tests. When out in the hall there arose such a clatter, they sprang from their chairs to see what was the matter. Away from their desks they flew like a flash. The coffee went flying, the test hit the trash. When what to their wondering eyes should appear, a woman so familiar they gasped, "We're thrilled you're here." A petite, lovely woman, so lively and quick, we knew in an instant this wasn't St. Nick. Her serious mouth was drawn up like a bow. The cap atop her head was as white as the snow. "Oh my gosh," they cried. "Oh my goodness," they wailed. We couldn't believe our eyes. It was St. Nightingale. Her lamp how it twinkled, the light so sunny. The glow that it gave has touched very many. She took a deep breath, stood up straight and tall. Then finally she spoke. "I'm so proud of you all. Researchers, scholars, providers of care. No matter the setting, the nurse is right there. I've been toiling," she sighed and put her chin on her chest. "There's so much to do, I just couldn't rest. There are spirits to be soothed and hearts to be mended, manuscripts to be written, and patience to be tended. Your diligence and efforts are seen throughout nations, your service is noted, as it honors your patience. Across the great oceans and amongst the vast divides, nursing is ever present, always there to provide. You've honored my pledge and kept the profession well, yet there's much to be done. Then they heard the call bell. Mind your practice wisely, excel at what you do. As you know, the real spirit of nursing lies right inside of you. Somehow we all knew that the end had drawn near, renewed in her spirit, inspired to a tear. A wink of her eye and a twist of her head soon gave me to know it had to be said. What you've given us all, what you've given mankind, will not be forgotten, but transcends all of time. You've taught us well, your daily guidance perceived. The true art of nursing is what we've achieved. She spoke not a word, yet glowed by the lamp's light. Congratulations to all, and to all a good night. And now I have a very special gift to give all of you, and to give those of you in the audience who might not really comprehend nursing as an international profession. So with this, I'd like to show you the film, Nurse, A World of Care, presented and developed by Dr. Meredith Salmon, Dean and Professor at the University of Washington, who again I had the pleasure to hear recently in San Francisco, and Karen Kosmowski, who was the National Geographic photographer who took these pictures of international nursing around the world. I give you this as my final gift.
Dr. Lyon. That was wonderful words of wisdom for us to practice by, and your being here and giving us those words is a gift enough. Thank you. And now we're going to have the presentation of the pins and honor cords and the graduate appreciation speeches. And I know it's going to be really difficult, but I have to ask you to please hold your applause until the end so that you'll be able to hear the pre-recorded speeches that the graduates worked so hard on.
Terminé mi escuela, mis papás porque siempre creyeron en mí y me daban ánimos en los tiempos difíciles, pero en especial a mi papá porque toda su vida se ha dedicado a trabajar para así darme un mejor futuro. Me da gusto no haberlos defraudado. También le doy gracias a todos los amigos que conocí durante este tiempo, porque hicieron de esta experiencia muy interesante. Gracias a todos.
Valeria Alba, being pinned by Saul Perez, Ana Sofia Perez, Faye Alba, and Tomas Alba.
Thank you, Mom and Pop, for giving me the support that I needed to get through nursing school. Thank you for keeping me grounded and telling me not to give up and to always have faith in our Lord and to pray always. Mi amor, muchísimas gracias por todo. Tú estás un buen esposo y un buen papá. Yo sé que vamos a seguir adelante y gracias a Dios que tenemos una preciosa niña. I love you, my Fia. Thank you to all my special classmates. You know who you are. We finally did it. And thank you to Mrs. Griffith and Mrs. Tululian. Both of you were an inspiration.
Liliana Aranda, being pinned by Eve Aranda Carter.
First and foremost, I give thanks to my Jesus, my Savior, my God, now and always. To my family and friends, thank you for your support. To my girls, my peeps, you know who you are. Thanks for the memories. To my Anthony, thank you for the comic relief. And finally, to my Evie, thank you, baby girl, for sacrificing mommy's time.
Martha Monica Armendariz, being pinned by Hector Jaime Armendariz and Martha Cecilia Armendariz.
Quiero agradecer a mi familia, en especial a mis padres, por brindarme su apoyo incondicional y por motivarme a terminar mi carrera para ser alguien de provecho. A mis amigos y compañeros, quiero agradecerles por estar siempre presente en los momentos buenos y malos, y a mis maestros les agradezco su guía y enseñanza.
Right here, please. Right here. Thank you.
Ariana N. Arredondo, being pinned by George and Sandra Arredondo.
I would like to thank my Lord for being my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My parents, brother, and sister for their endless love and support through all these years. And the rest of my family, both blood-related and spiritual, for making my life all the richer. And to all the friends I've made through the years, let's show them what we've got.
Paula Atilano, being pinned by Ray Morales.
I first and foremost would like to thank the Lord, that without him this day would not be possible. I would also like to thank my children, Caleb and Aime. Babies, I love you. I am very honored to be your mother. You make me so proud. También estoy muy agradecida por mi mamá Lola, Pepe y mi hermana Laura. Gracias por su apoyo. Last but not least, I would like to thank Ray. Your love and support has helped me throughout it all. Thank you.
Right here. Right here.
Good job, friend!
Thank you.
Manuel Avila, being pinned by Rosa Elena Avila, Rebecca Avila, and Josefina Rodriguez.
I'd like to thank God for making this whole nursing experience a great adventure. I had my ups and downs for the past couple of years, but I was fortunate enough to have great people by my side. I would like to thank my wife Rebecca, my two daughters Valeria and Noemi, and my son Santiago for being by my side every step of the way. Thank you brothers, sisters, relatives, and friends for the fun times that helped me take a breather from nursing school. Quisiera darle las gracias a mi padre por todas esas palabras de ánimo que me ofreció, gracias a mi madre por siempre creer en mí y gracias a mi suegra por la inmensa ayuda que siempre me ofrece.
Joy Larija Ballard, being pinned by Bud, Adam, Caleb, and Christian Ballard. Joy is graduating cum laude.
First and foremost, I thank God for the vision and desire to pursue this noble career. I praise Jesus Christ for walking beside me and sometimes carrying me. I wholeheartedly thank my husband and sons for your love, support, encouragement, and sacrifices. I would not be standing here today without you. Thank you, faculty and staff, for a solid foundation, especially Ms. Rankin, my mentor. Thanks, Lily, my BFF. Todos mis amigos, gracias por ayudarme a traducir y a hablar español. Felicidades, ahora somos enfermeros. ¡Woo!
Dawn Elizabeth Bondurant, being pinned by Leanne Bondurant.
I want to thank the people who have helped me get here today. Thank you, Mom, for giving me all the love and encouragement I needed to make it through school. Thank you, Ivan, for making me laugh and smile after a hard test. I couldn't have done all of this without all the love, laughs, and encouragement from you guys. I love you so much. Thank you.
Right here, ladies. Thank you.
Yvonne Brown, being pinned by Carlton Brown and Isaiah Joseph Brown.
In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Proverb 3:6. My Lord, with full heart I thank you for blessing me with my mother and brother, and with especially my husband, all of whom have given me their entire, unwavering love and support. I also thank you for the Chapmans, Mr. Roy T. and Mrs. Keith Chapman, whose wonderful generosity has been a tremendous, tremendous blessing for me. My cup runneth over.
Roxana Bustillos, being pinned by Ruben and Francis Bustillos. Roxana is graduating cum laude.
El poder estar aquí es una de las tantas bendiciones que Dios me ha dado a lo largo de mi vida. Gracias a Él, en este tiempo tuve la oportunidad de conocer gente maravillosa que llevaré por siempre en mi corazón. Sin dejar de agradecer a mis padres, familiares, amigos y maestros por la enseñanza, paciencia y comprensión que me ayudaron a lograr mi objetivo. Mil gracias.
Elia Ruth Castillo, being pinned by Dr. Roberto Banderas Camona and her father, Dr. Raul E. Castillo.
Papá, mamá, los quiero mucho, les agradezco mucho por lo que pasaron para poderme pasar por esta escuela, para pagarla y por su apoyo. Los quiero mucho, amigas, Brenda, Anaís, yo sé, la verdad, mis queridas. Nos vemos trabajando, ¿ok? Los quiero, bye.
Dixie Castro, being pinned by Cecilia Castro and Mario Castro Cardona, April Castro, and Kene Udezwe. Dixie is graduating cum laude.
God, thank you for that second chance. To my parents, for their unconditional love. To my sister, who is my most treasured confidant. To my friends who have been putting up with me. To my teachers who have made me humble, all of you have taught me valuable lessons. A special thanks to Ms. Francis and Ms. Padilla. And to my baby Kine, you are my gift from God. Ahunun Nyanya.
Nikki Marie Charles, being pinned by Eddie Charles, Lamar Child, and Benito Ramirez.
Well, I'd like to give thanks to God. Without Him, I would not have had the strength to complete this program. Secondly, I'd like to thank my mom. Mom, you inspired me to become a nurse and are the greatest role model ever. Next, I'd like to thank my soulmate. Benito, your unconditional love and strength kept me going and kept me sane. I love you so much. Thanks to all my friends and family for coming and sharing this very special and important day with me.
Ernest de la Cruz, being pinned by Ernesto and Teodi de la Cruz and Kyla Pabustan. Ernest is graduating summa cum laude.
To my parents for giving me support, both emotionally and financially. To Steph for always caring and supporting me. I love you. To my countless friends and family that supported me, especially to Joy, Emma, Evelyn, Ileana, Karen, and my cousin Janae. To Mike, I'm proud of you, buddy. It's been a journey. To my professors that have impacted my life, especially Mr. Farnsworth, Ms. Francis, Ms. Tuluian, Ms. Pope. To my second family, the ROTC. And lastly, to the future nurses, especially Brian and Sarah. Good luck to you all. Congrats, class of 2009.
Joseph Demapan, being pinned by Michelle Santos.
First and foremost, I would like to thank the Lord up above for allowing me to have this wonderful achievement. To my family, Jesus masi para todo y bidan mito. Tibayabalefa hafa bidan mito. Uguay to todo samzo. To my friends, thank you for keeping me cool for all the many times I said, "Can I take a rain check?" I love you guys. Thank you so much for being an awesome show. You're the best. And last but not the least, to my future fellow RNs, we did it. Now let's go make a difference.
Abigail Dockery, being pinned by Pete and Eden Dockery.
My first Thanksgiving will always be to my Creator. I was made to glorify Him. It is my great hope that I can use this nursing degree to do so. To my sweet husband, we did it. Thank you for helping me every step of this journey and listening to me cry and wonder why I am doing this. Eden Adeline, Mommy, it's all done. I hated every moment away from your precious face. You are pure joy, my beautiful girl. Mom and Dad, it's been a long road and I can't thank you enough for always being there for me. Every single time. Sis, thank you for every phone call and encouraging word. I'm so grateful for my amazing family, every single one of you. And lastly, to my friends standing up here with me, thank you for listening and understanding. We did it!
Erin Eastman, being pinned by Peter and Susan Eastman. Erin is graduating summa cum laude.
Thank you to all my family, especially to my parents. You've both been so supportive in everything over the years. Without you, I would not be the person I am, and I never would have made it to where I am today. Thank you, Hinato, for your love and patience, and for knowing what I needed before I even knew it myself. And thank you to all my friends, all my other halves who know who you are, who stood by me in good times and bad. Hopefully we have many more good times. I love all of you.
Sarah Edgar, being pinned by Sid, Gloria, Cindy, and Brian Edgar, and Blake Duncan. Sarah is graduating cum laude.
I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for many people in my life. To my mom, who was there for me when I was upset or stressed or just needed an outlet to vent. You provided support that made my life a little easier. To my dad, although you live far away, you were always a phone call away to provide support and encouragement. To Blake for putting up with my late study nights and early clinical mornings and humoring me when I talked about things that probably didn't interest you. To the rest of my family, it would take too long to name you all. I know that you made sacrifices to help me get here and know that I'm incredibly grateful for everything. Thank you, and I love you all.
Brenda Escobedo, being pinned by Maria Lopez and Jaime Escobedo.
Después de tanto esfuerzo y grandes sacrificios, le doy gracias a Dios por permitirme haber llegado hasta aquí. Gracias a usted, mamá, por todo su apoyo incondicional y por ser el impulso en mi carrera. Gracias a mi novio por su paciencia. Y muy en especial gracias a ti, Anaís, y a Elia, porque sin ustedes todo hubiese sido aún más difícil. Este logro se lo ofrezco a mi padre y a mis hermanos, que a tan solo unos meses de su partida, sé que desde el cielo me miran y que hoy están aquí conmigo. Muchas veces pensé que no lo lograría, pero ahora comprendí que sí se puede.
Isabel Espino, being pinned by Jose and Paula Espino.
Quiero darle las gracias a mis padres por toda la ayuda que me ofrecieron, no solo con la escuela, pero también por haberme apoyado cuando estuve en el hospital. Muchísimas gracias, los quiero a los dos y nunca se me va a olvidar lo que hicieron por mí. Quiero darle gracias a mis hermanas Silvia y Leti y a mi hermano Junior por también estar conmigo durante tiempos difíciles. Y finalmente a mi mejor amiga Karen, a quien le debo muchísimo por tantas veces que le pedí ayuda con mis problemas y siempre estuvo ahí para apoyarme. De todo corazón, a todos ustedes, gracias por todo.
Isaac Estrada, being pinned by Jesus Estrada, Amelia Gaspar, and Cristel Estrada.
A ti, Rey Eterno, toda alabanza y honor, hoy y siempre. Gracias a ti, Madre Divina. A ti, guerrero ejemplar, Padre y Maestro. Gracias. Hermanas, por ser mi júbilo y honor, las amo. Gracias, amigos, por ser mi fuerza y tesoro. To Mr. Farnsworth for opening our hearts and minds. To Nina for being there all the time. And Miss Pope for your inspiring soul. Thank you all. Y a todos ustedes, compañeros, maestros, personal de la escuela y gente presente. Gracias, pues esto lo hicimos todos juntos. Que la luz y la acompañen a todos. Gracias.
Claudia Friday, being pinned by Jose Luis Friday and Joshua Friday.
Foremost, I would like to thank God for giving me the opportunity to fulfill my lifelong dream of becoming a nurse. To my husband, thank you for your patience and love. A mi madre querida, le quiero dar las gracias por haber cuidado de mi hijo y todo lo demás. To my family in general, thank you for being there for me and letting me know anything is possible if you can only believe. And to my son Joshua, you were that extra help and push Mommy needed to finish school. I love you all and God bless you.
Francisco Gallardo, being pinned by Francisco, Sylvia, Natalia Quinones, and Carla Gallardo.
I have reached a point in my life where I can be truly grateful for what life has offered me. I would not have gotten to this point without my family. Family lasts forever, so that's why I would like to thank my beautiful wife and daughter Carla and Kalina, my mom Sylvia, my dad Frank, my sister Nadia, Isaiah and DNA, both my grandmas Natalia and Estela, and the rest of my family. I hope the future brings love and happiness to all those in my life.
Karen M. Garcia, being pinned by Hector and Magdalena Garcia.
Papi y mami, gracias por el gran apoyo que me brindan y por creer en mí. Hermano, gracias por ser el más hermoso ejemplo para mí, no solo en la escuela, sino en la vida también. Gracias a ti, Alfredo, por el gran apoyo y amor que me das y por motivarme para enfocarme en mis estudios. Por último, gracias Isabel por ser mi amiga y por acompañarme en estos semestres que nos llenaron de momentos bonitos y difíciles también. Amiga, recuerda que siempre juntas hasta el final. Gracias.
Paulina Gonzalez, being pinned by Oscar and Carolina Gonzalez and Michael and Lola Diaz.
I would like to thank everyone who has helped me accomplish my goals. I'm especially grateful to my mother, my best friend, for her understanding and wisdom. Also to my father, for he is always a source of stability, confidence, and family warmth. Michael, I cherish every day spent with you, and I'm fortunate to have found you. I love you, my dear husband, my dearest Lola.
Every time I look at you, I can't believe that I had in me all this time the power to create such a perfect child as you. Never before has life seemed so precious to me. Finally, I would like to dedicate this moment to my brother, someone I admired and loved so much, and one of the most brave persons to ever live.
Sofia Gonzalez, being pinned by Isabella Gonzalez and Connie Vaughn. Sophia is graduating cum laude.
Thank you to all my family and friends for your love, support, and prayers. Isabella, little one, your mom is finally done, so we can spend quality time together. You're an honor to have. Connie, thank you for all you do and believing in me when I couldn't. Thank you all for your support throughout my journey. Blessings and Plazo Camate.
Lilia M. Gutierrez Medina, being pinned by Esther Gutierrez and Nancy Nowak.
With much devotion and love, I want to thank my God who has led me down this path. Secondly, I have asked my mother, Esther Gutierrez, to grace me with her presence at this pinning ceremony. She remains my inspiration and a source of my strength and determination. I love you, Mom. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Rigoberto Hernandez. Rigoberto Hernandez and Magdalena Hernandez.
Quiero darle las gracias a Dios por haberme dejado llegar hasta aquí. Quiero darle las gracias a mi mamá, a mi papá y a mi hermano por hacerme la vida más fácil. También a toda esa gente que me ayudó, que me apoyó y que hizo que me esforzara un poco más. Y a todos mis amigos de clase les deseo lo mejor de la vida. Los quiero a todos.
Ruth S. Janos, being pinned by Dwayne and Pauline Schultz and Adam Schultz Janos.
I'd like to thank my parents, family, children, my study group, and teachers for helping and supporting me over these 2 years in nursing school. Above all, I thank God for getting me to this point in my life.
Christina Limon, being pinned by Estela Limon, Jeannie Dominguez, and Aiden Zamora.
I'd like to thank my parents, family, children, my study group, and teachers for helping and supporting me over these 2 years in nursing school.
The Greek translation of patience is long-suffering. Patient have been my parents as they bestowed their unwavering love and support. Patient have been my friends, professors, and extended family who are alongside me throughout this journey.
I share the success with you all, especially my parents. Thank you. I love you, Mom and Dad.
Omar D. Lopez, being pinned by Francisco, Maria, and Brenda Lopez. Omar is graduating magna cum laude.
En primer lugar, quisiera darle gracias a Dios por darme la oportunidad de terminar este gran viaje. También gracias a mis padres por estar siempre ahí y apoyarme en todo. Gracias a mi abuelo por darme inspiración y a mis hermanas que siempre me apoyan. Ahora te toca a ti, Brenda. Thank you to all my friends and classmates. Thank you to Lucia, Roxana, Jennifer, and all my little group. I will always have you in my heart. Yay, we did it. Woo!
Cindy Lugo, being pinned by Luis, Irene, and Thomas Lugo, and David Midoff. Cindy is graduating cum laude.
First and foremost, I would like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for keeping his promise and never leaving my side. He proved once again that he is faithful. Mom and Dad, you truly are my heroes. I am up here because of your love and your support. You have always been there for me. I couldn't have asked for better parents. To my brother, Tom, thank you for making me laugh and inviting me to watch movies. You always knew the best medicine for my stressed out soul. To my love, David, thank you for being my source of strength and peace. And to my classmates, I will never forget you all. We did it!
Lucia Marquez, being pinned by Nancy Perez, Blanca Valdepeña, and Alejandro Marquez. Lucia is graduating magna cum laude.
Que nada, quiero agradecerle a mi Padre Dios que siempre ha estado conmigo, a mi familia, a mi papá, a ti mamá que siempre me has apoyado, a mis hermanas que siempre he contado con ellas. También quiero agradecer a la familia Pérez que siempre me han hecho sentir parte de su familia. Muchas gracias. Especialmente quiero darte las gracias a ti, Nancy, que has estado conmigo en todo momento durante estos años en enfermería. Si te hubiera sido mucho más difícil lograrlo. Gracias a todos por su apoyo y que Dios los bendiga.
Deborah L. Martinez. Deborah's being pinned by Angel, Brian, Isaiah, and Sabrina Martinez.
Woo, Angel!
I would like to thank God, my family, and friends for helping me get through nursing school. To my husband, Angel, thank you for being both mother and father to our children during these past 2 years. To my children, Brian, Serena, and Isaiah, thank you for being so good when I had to study, and thank you for being so understanding when Mama couldn't be there. To my mom, thank you for rearranging your schedule to help me when needed. Thank you to the faculty for making me bust my butt now to make me stronger for later. To my fellow classmates, we did it! We are now officially nurses.
Melissa Ann Mesa, being pinned by Cynthia Mesa.
I would like to first thank God for all the blessings that He has put in my life that made it possible to get through nursing school. Mom, Grandma, and Uncle Rick, thanks for never giving up on me and for keeping me focused. Brother, thanks for making fun of me when I had lots of homework. Sis, thank you for your encouragement and your words of wisdom. Grandpa, thank you for looking over my shoulder and helping me to keep my head held high. Without you, none of this could be possible. And to all my friends that I've made these last few years, we did it!
Karen Elizabeth Moore. Being pinned by John and Georgia Moore, Georgia Childress, and Linnell Moore.
Thank you, Jesus, for bringing me to and through nursing school and for loving me. To my family, thank you for all of your love, kindness, support, patience, money, and everything else you have given me. Words can never express the love and gratitude I feel towards all of you. Thank you for being there through the breakdowns, rants, triumphs, and everything in between. Cindy, you're one of my bestest friends. I will always cherish the carpool, singing, rants, asthma-inducing laughter, and everything else we've shared. I love you so much, and I miss you already. Ernie and Debs, thank you for your support, kindness, and selflessness, and encouragement. I love y'all. To the rest of my class, Grammy and Tontinelle, we made it through nursing school. Woohoo!
Jennifer Olivas, being pinned by Erasmo Morales.
These few years have certainly been a challenge to me and my classmates. I don't think I would have made it here today without the love and support from my friends, family, and my boyfriend Erasmo. How can I begin to thank you all for everything you've given me? I hope in time I can repay my debt to you.
Amanda A. Pena, being pinned by Salvador and Rebecca Pena.
It is impossible to express the emotions I feel as my journey here at UTEP ends. It has been a long road full of enlightenment and challenges. This journey and many others would have been impossible without the love and support of my family, my mom, dad, and grandmother. Without them, I could not imagine. I love you, and as I stop to rest, I see a beautiful new journey about to begin.
Irvin A. Feifel, being pinned by Olga Feifel and Dr. Karen Carter-Lyon.
I wish to express my appreciation to my family for providing encouragement in my academic endeavors throughout my career. It is especially rewarding to have this encouragement as I continue through my 6th decade to pursue a second career in nursing, specifically nursing education. Additionally, I wish to express my gratitude for the time, efforts, and encouragement offered to me by Dr. Karen Carter-Lyon and Miss Lisa L. Hennessy during the past 2 years. I will always cherish the moments. Thank you.
Brenda Lizeth Perneda, being pinned by Manny and Manny Jr. Contreras, Esther, Victor, Jessica, Victor, and Ricardo Cuneta. Brenda is graduating summa cum laude.
Hace 4 años nunca pensé que este día llegaría. Han sido 4 años muy duros, pero gracias a la ayuda, apoyo y paciencia de mi familia, en especial a mi madre y hermana Jessica, este momento se ha hecho realidad. I would especially like to thank my husband for being so supportive, caring, and loving, and especially for being such a wonderful father to our son, baby Manny. You and my son are the motor that drives me each day to continue moving forward. I want you to know that this day was made possible because of you. I would also like to thank my classmate, Lori. I love you all, and we made it.
Can't see you. No, I can't see you. Okay. All right, hold it, please. Good. Congratulations.
Jennifer Marie Quinones, being pinned by Armando and Cristina Quinones.
This journey has been a difficult one and would not have been possible without the support of the Lord and my loved ones. My son Carlos has been my motivation and inspiration to continue and give him the best in life. My parents always give me the encouragement to continue and never give up. They are always there for me unconditionally, no matter what. Carlos, thank you for the support and being there. To all my family, thank you and I love you.
Georgina Ramirez, being pinned by Luis, Ana, and Ismael Ramirez.
I'd like to thank God and my whole family. Thank you for helping me and supporting me. This has been a road less traveled, but it has been truly rewarding. I'd like to thank the love of my life, Ismael, for all your inspiration and motivation. I love you, baby. And of course, all my friends who I leaned on and helped me get through all of this. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Mwah!
Jessica Size, being pinned by Ted and Sandy Size and Mia Grace.
I would like to thank my family and friends for their unconditional love and support that has carried me through nursing school. My dad for instilling in me the importance of hard work and encouraging me to always give 100% to all I do. My mom for showing me how to be a strong woman and allowing me to continue my education. To my sister, grandparents, family, and friends who have shown patience, understanding, and a commitment to helping me succeed. To my daughter, Mia, for giving me a reason to smile every day. I love you. And to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for giving me the strength to carry on through the toughest of times. Thank you. I love you all.
Lorena Salas Armendariz, being pinned by Rick and Sofia Armendariz and Suki Moore.
Wonderful husband, the true rock of our family, thank you for supporting my path, even when the time's not always right. You are a true friend and a great father to our daughter Sofia. The time has come to hold the torch stronger with you and begin our new path. Rosy, sin tu paciencia y gran apoyo a nuestra familia, especialmente con Sophie, yo no pudiera lograr este nuevo capítulo. To my beautiful parents and family, thank you for helping me and encouraging me to continue my dreams. Mom, I hope to have a great nursing career as you continue to have yours. A special thanks to all my classmates, especially Brenda and Sophia. We made it.
Jessica Sanchez, being pinned by Rodolfo and Virginia Sanchez and Jesus Hernandez.
Primeramente, quiero agradecer a mis padres por el apoyo que me han brindado siempre. Han sido mi inspiración y motivación. Les doy las gracias por todo lo que han hecho por mí. To my sister, brothers, sisters-in-law, and nieces and nephews, thank you for being so understanding and for never letting me down. To my babe, I can never thank you enough for all that you do for me. Thank you for your patience and for loving me at my best and at my worst. I love you guys.
Jennifer L. Schroeder, being pinned by Lance and Haley Schroeder and Laura Moulton.
become a nurse. Her sacrifice of my time while I attended school and studied made this possible. Next, I would like to thank my wonderful husband for all of his love and support through this entire journey. Last, I want to thank my parents, in-laws, sister, and sister-in-law, who all supported me in many ways to get through school. Woohoo, guys! I'm finally done. Love you all.
Anais Silva, being pinned by Oscar and Lorena Silva. Anais is graduating cum laude.
Primeramente quiero agradecer a Dios por esta oportunidad tan especial que me da de graduarme y empezar una nueva etapa de mi vida. Muchísimas gracias le doy a mis padres por todo el apoyo incondicional que me dieron a lo largo de estos años. Gracias por sus palabras de aliento y su motivación para seguir adelante. Quiero agradecer a mi familia, a mis amigos, a mis hermanos y a mi novio por todo su apoyo y paciencia. En verdad, muchas gracias a todos. Los amo muchísimo.
Grace Song, being pinned by Joshua Malatik, Unha Song, and Mr. and Mrs. Song.
I would like to thank God for letting me accomplish this goal. I would like to thank my parents and my sister for supporting me while I finished school. I would like to thank my dear son Joshua for being a wonderful child and understanding that mom had to go to school and could not always be there. I could not have made it without your love and support. Thank you. I also want to thank the faculty for sharing their wealth of knowledge with all the students.
Good job, Joshua!
Thank you.
Cynthia Urbina, being pinned by Paul, Kitana, Isaac, and Ivan Urbina.
I'm going to start off by thanking God for allowing us to be here today. A special thanks to my husband, Paul, my children, Kitana, Ivan, and little Isaac, who have supported and loved me even when I wasn't at my best. I also want to thank my parents, in-laws, my siblings, and their families who at a moment's notice would do anything I needed. Thank you again for your sacrifice and love. Karen Moore, you have made a tremendous change in my life. You are my BFF. I'm going to miss you greatly. We finally made it.
Marlo Urquiza, being pinned by Gustavo and Margarita Urquiza.
I would like to thank my mom and dad for supporting me emotionally and financially. I know my education has been very expensive, and not once did you guys complain. Thank you for being there when I needed words of encouragement or just understanding when I needed time alone. Thank you to my brother and relatives for your support and understanding when I had to miss family functions because I needed to study. Thank you to all of my friends for helping me to load off some of my stress. And thank you to Mondo for being there when I needed a hug. I'm very appreciative for all of you that are in my life. I love all of you and thank you so much for all of your love and support. Thank you very much.
A Dios y a mi familia. Sin su apoyo y comprensión no estaría aquí. En especial a mi mamá por siempre estar ahí y mi papá por todo su sacrificio. Thank you, Johnny and Amber, for not letting me give up and pushing me towards the end. Los quiero y aprecio mucho. Gracias.
Samuel Vasquez, being pinned by Irene Vasquez.
The journey has seemed long, filled with great challenges and obstacles. I thank God that He gave me the strength to continue and the courage not to give up. I thank my wife and kids for their inspiration and patience towards me, though at times it seemed uncertain. I want to thank them for believing in me that I was capable of succeeding. I thank my mom and dad for the prayers, my brothers and sisters for the words of encouragement. I thank my friends and for those classmates who gave me a high five, thumbs up, and a pat on the back. And to all who made this experience worthwhile, thanks.
Blanca Vega, being pinned by Blanca Vega.
I'd like to thank God first and foremost. I'd also like to thank my family and friends for all of their help through this long and sometimes difficult journey. I appreciate all the love and support I have received that helped get me here today. I love you.
Miguel Vergara, being pinned by Miguel and Myrna Vergara and Vanessa Rivera.
First, thank you to my parents for helping me get to this point. It really wouldn't have happened without you. Vanessa, thank you for putting up with a lot. And a special thanks to Ernie and Mr. Farnsworth for helping me become the nurse the Army deserves. Thanks.
Woo! Let's give one more round of applause to the graduating class. The students have returned to the stage for a very special part of our program, the Nightingale Pledge and the lighting of the lamps. The Nightingale Pledge is a tribute to the selfless duty of Florence Nightingale, the pioneer of modern nursing, a writer, and noted statistician. She distinguished herself during the Crimean War, nursing sick and wounded British soldiers. Because she carried a lamp with her at night while attending to her patients, she became known as the Lady with the Lamp. Today's graduates dedicate themselves to carrying forth the high ideals for which Florence Nightingale stood, as we recite the pledge during the candle lighting portion of tonight's ceremony. Dean Pat Fowler will lead us through the pledge.
Proud graduates of spring 2009, please repeat after me. I solemnly pledge myself before God.
I solemnly pledge myself before God.
And in the presence of this assembly.
And in the presence of this assembly.
To pass my life in purity.
To pass my life in purity.
And to practice my profession faithfully.
And to practice my profession faithfully.
I will abstain from whatever.
I will abstain from whatever.
Is deleterious. And mischievous. And will not take. Or knowingly administer. Any harmful drug. I will do all in my power. To maintain and elevate. The standard of my profession. And will hold in confidence. All personal matters. Committed to my keeping. And all family affairs. Coming to my knowledge. In the practice of my calling. With loyalty will I endeavor. To work closely with the health team. And devote myself. To the welfare. Of those committed to my care. Okay, another tradition associated with this ceremony is to continue the tradition, is to share what this class has done and accomplished and to pass it along, to pass it forward, as Dr. Andrews encouraged us to do, to pass it forward to the graduating class from the summer, that will be graduating in the summer of 2009. So we pass the torch, essentially, from the graduating class to the class that's upcoming. So I would like to invite the representatives from the class of summer 2009 to please come forward.
At this time, will Dr. Dean Anders please stand up for the presentation of the plaque?
Now I need Miss Pope up here, Mr. Blanco, and I don't know if Miss Robinson showed up, and Mr. Martin, we knew he wasn't going to come up, but he also has a plaque. We have two gifts, one for Miss Pope and one for Mr. Blanco. Can you please come up?
you.
Dr. Lang, can you please stand up?
Good evening. I am Diane Rankin, Faculty Advisor for TNSA, which is the Texas Student Nurses Association. And with me this evening is Gilbert Valenzuela, our current president. And it has become customary at pinning for us to recognize those graduates who have served as officers of TNSA. And it's a delight this evening to recognize Joy Ballard. And I can't see out there, but please come out. Joy first served TNSA as secretary, and for the past year she has been our president. And I can't tell you the number of things that she has done. She has organized countless community service projects, and she has gotten us very involved in campus activities, homecoming, minor palooza. And Joy, we want to recognize your service. We give you this plaque. As well as the graduate honor award for TNSA. Thank you.
Good evening. I cannot begin to express how honored I am to have been asked to give this closing note. On behalf of our parents, friends, esteemed colleagues, and administration, I am privileged to congratulate you today, graduating class of 2009. We would like to thank everybody for coming out tonight to celebrate this special night with us. A special thank you to our families for all your love and support. Thank you to our professors for your dedication and for shepherding us into professionals. It is amazing to think back to the time when we were all applying to nursing school, very nervous to be accepted. Then fourth semester came, and we were all strangers, just classmates. We have all experienced the same fears, from the first time we started an IV to the first patient we cared for in ICU. The journey has been long. Now I speak for my friends and myself when I say that we are more than classmates. We are a family. We have met wonderful people who, despite differences, passions, strengths, and weaknesses, will always hold special places in our hearts. We are all excited for each other's happiness, accomplishments, and we have empowered each other to be the best that we can be. We came together and made a tremendously difficult decision. The decision to give up our normal lives as we know them to concentrate on nursing school. Like all of you, I also restructured my life. All at once, everything but school became impossible. And now it has finally paid off. This is not the end of a book, but merely the end of a chapter. To all new graduate nurses, we welcome you to the University of Life, and now Roxana will go ahead and translate this speech for you.
Buenas noches a todos. Es un honor para mí tener la oportunidad de expresar estas últimas palabras en nombre de nuestros padres, amigos, estimados compañeros y la administración. Es un privilegio felicitar a los graduandos de clase de 2009. Queremos agradecer a todos y cada uno de ustedes por su compañía esta noche. Un agradecimiento especial a nuestras familias por todo su apoyo y su comprensión. Gracias a nuestros profesores por su dedicación y por guiarnos en esta profesión. Es increíble recordar el momento cuando todos aplicábamos al programa de enfermería, nerviosos de si seríamos aceptados. Luego, cuarto semestre llegó y todos éramos desconocidos, tan solo compañeros. Todos hemos sentido los mismos miedos desde la primera vez que aplicamos un suero hasta cuidar a nuestro paciente en cuidados intensivos. El camino ha sido largo, sin duda. Ahora, no solo hablo por mí, pero también por mis amigos cuando digo que somos más que compañeros. Somos una familia. Hemos conocido gente maravillosa que sin mirar diferencias, pasiones, fortalezas y debilidades, siempre tendrán un lugar especial en nuestros corazones. Todos nos sentimos muy orgullosos por la felicidad y logros de cada uno de nosotros y hemos motivado uno a otro para hacer lo mejor que podamos ser. Juntos hemos tomado una decisión extremadamente difícil, la decisión de cambiar nuestra vida cotidiana y concentrarnos en nuestra carrera. Como todos ustedes, yo también tuve que reestructurar mi vida. Todo parecía imposible, por lo que era necesario enfocarnos en nuestros estudios. Y ahora, finalmente, ese esfuerzo tiene su recompensa. Esto no es el final de un libro, sino el final de un capítulo. Démosle a los graduandos de enfermería la bienvenida a la Universidad de la Vida a través de un fuerte aplauso. We are the one, the only one, class of 2009.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. According to Dr. Lyon, you are now looking at the tallest and oldest graduate in the School of Nursing. The following presentation reflects different moments during our training. Please enjoy the presentation and the music. Las señoras y los caballeros, la presentación siguiente reflejan diversos momentos durante nuestro entrenamiento. Disfrute, por favor, de la presentación y la música.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on, join me home. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 2, 3, and 4, if the band slows down, we'll yell for more. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the chimes ring 5, 6, and 7, we'll be right in 7th heaven. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Oh, when it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, I'll be going strong, and so will you. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 12, we'll cool off, then start rocking around the clock again. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on, join me home. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 2, 3, and 4, if the band slows down, we'll yell for more. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the chimes ring 5, 6, and 7, we'll be right in 7th heaven. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad
segunda presentación se dedica a las nuevas enfermeras. Gracias. The second presentation is dedicated to the new nurses. Thank you.
Graduating class, pre-2009. Did a great job putting together this program. We want to thank you all so much for coming.